Hi everyone, welcome back. Glad to see you have tuned in again to the Augsburg Sports Update. Myself and Brett Cloutier are back after a 3-week vacation. Brett, it was really nice. I had a lot of fun. Stayed around the cities. What about yourself?
You know, I'm back up north of Brainerd, back in the wilderness, as people around the cities would think. But I had a good time. I was relaxing, catching up with some friends, hanging out with my family, doing the whole holiday deal. So it was a good time.
That sounds great to me. I've been up to the wilderness myself a little bit over break, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. Let's just get to the sports as your people have tuned in for. So, Augsburg basketball went down to San Juan, Puerto Rico. A big trip for the team. You know, as we were talking about earlier, a little bit of bonding. Great experience for the team to get down there. Played one game against Sagrado Corazon. Won 68-65. Great performance from Brett Swartz. 20 points, 9 rebounds. So, you know, going down there and really facing a team that what can you know about the team? You know, you're going down there and facing an unfamiliar opponent. How do you think they got ready and became so successful in that game?
Well, first I'm going to touch on, Brett Sorensen coming in and having a good game. It shows like this Augsburg team how deep they are, that at any night it can be Dave Olson, it can be Ben Flavin, it can be John Cassins, it can be Corey Polta. Any guy can step up and have a 20-point performance like Brett Sorensen did. You know, obviously I think the Auggies could have probably played better in Puerto Rico. I think they all would admit that. You know, but what you take from it is you take it as a team bonding experience. I know they also play an exhibition game while they're down there too, and they play a little better than they did in the regular game. But you know, you take it as a team bonding experience, something where you can form a bond that kind of brings the team together for the stretch run of the conference season.
Absolutely, they came back and on the 29th played George Fox University. 91-63 got the victory. Now let's look at that game. They played very strong on both ends of the court. Held George Fox 38% from the field. Played extremely well. Got going in the conference again against St. Olaf. 77-64. 5 players in double figures. Balanced attack, and as you were saying, I mean, it can really be anybody on any night. Corey Polta played big. John Cassins played huge as well.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, like anyone can step up for this team, which makes them really fun to watch. It's big, St. Olaf was a perennial, not necessarily as a top tier team, but they're a perennial playoff team. They're always a tough team to beat. Handling your business like they did a double-digit win over St. Olaf was really key for them.
Absolutely. John Cassins and David Olson played huge in the next game against Concordia. Another victory for the Auggies, playing extremely well. 68-52, combined 15 for each team from the field, 41 points. That's efficiency, and that's really what this team needs as far as not turning the ball over and doing everything you need with every possession.
Yeah, the guard play has been outstanding this season. With Ben Flavin, the 3-guard combo of Ben Flavin, Dave Olson, and John Cassins with Zach Eastman coming off the bench. They've been exceptional. I would say they're the best guard combo in the conference. The guards really key their offense. The other big men have been scoring inside and been playing well for them this year. How far the guards will go is how far they'll go.
Defense played well in that game as well. 29% from the field in the second half for Concordia, so really a rough go for them. Talk about St. John's was the next game. Really the big test over this break.
Yeah.
St. John's is a very good team, 5-1 in the conference. August took it on the chin, 77-62. Unfortunate, but really when you have so much momentum coming in and 39% from the field and 14% from threes. Yeah, it's disappointing, but looking at the positives, Marcus Brum played huge off the bench, 22 points, a career high for him.
Yeah, it really looks like Marcus Brum's kind of getting in that basketball form now after coming off a long football season for him. And Marcus Brum is a key component to their team, their offense, and he plays both ends of the court very well. And him coming off and having that 22-point performance against St. John's will be really key for them. And anytime you step into St. John's, it's one of those gyms, it's a tough gym to play, and you have to make excuses, but you're always down, 8-0 when you step foot in the gym. They lost. They probably could have played better. Talking to some of the guys, like they're a little disappointed with the loss. They'll get their crack at St. John's back at Simon Beverly Hall, so they'll wait for them and they'll take care of business for some, I'm sure, later in the year.
Absolutely. McAllister came in, a team that's on the other end of the spectrum, really struggling so far this year. They don't have a win so far in the conference. So Grimm was back in the starting lineup. Good to see him back in the lineup. He had seemingly disappeared for a few games there, but 5 of 6, 16 points, 8 boards. Really a strong showing for him to come back from what looked like a bench. Just talking to Aaron Grease, he said, his confidence was really struggling, and maybe this is what he needed. And come back in the game against McAllister, it really looked like it was.
Yeah, it's kind of fun when you watch a team that can go the double post like that. You see the Timberwolves kind of do that with Love and Jefferson. Grimm and Holt on the double post. That really can be an effective offense. And against a team like McAllister, it's one of those teams kind of like George Fox, where being honest, you should beat them. You're a better team than them, but you have to go in there and perform. And the Auggies performed. They didn't take them lightly, and they took care of business against McAllister.
Looking more overall, Corey Polta stepped in for Grimm while he was out. Scored in double figures 4-6 games. It's really nice to know they have that depth in the front court. But what do you think they do now heading forward as far as Polta and Grimm being in the starting lineup? Because when they were both in the starting lineup, one performed well, which was Grimm. Polta was kind of had an off night. So what do you think you do? Do you keep both in, or do you start one?
No, I think you start with one. They also have the addition of now Jimmy Johnson, who's a Division II transfer from Bemidji State. He'll be an excellent asset to their team. He'll really help. They get that 3-man post rotation going, which then maybe you do start both of them in the post, since you do have a very qualified third post coming off the bench. But I think what's hot for them early in the year, when they beat St. Olaf and they beat Concordia and they they played well versus St. Thomas almost earlier games. They had the one post, shared duties with them, each getting about 20 minutes a game, and that's what's worked with them. But with Coach Grease, he knows better than anyone what to do, and he's going to do whatever he thinks will make the team win, which usually that's what will happen.
Absolutely. Home against Bethel, the Auggies are back in action on Wednesday, 7:30. Hope to see you there, and we'll see you here next week.